come out. You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the thing, man, but I hope that, you know, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first and then career second. But I just wish both his girl, ex-girl, his kid's mother, you know what I mean, can get things together.
At that brand new video here, you can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his t-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV waiting for him.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is back in the spotlight, this time for reasons outside the ring. The undefeated lightweight champion, known for his knockout power and impressive skill, is now facing serious legal trouble that's drawing heavy public criticism and raising questions about his future in boxing. While Davis has built an outstanding career with 30 wins and titles in 3 weight classes, it's his choices outside the sport that now threaten to overshadow his achievements and damage his legacy.
Allegedly hit an unidentified woman on the right side of her head with a closed hand slap. The report also says this strike caused a small abrasion to the inside of the woman's upper lip on the right side of her mouth. Eventually, we will find out the identity of this woman, and this woman is the mother of Davis's child. Now, Davis, whose nickname is Tank, he has a 27-0 record with 25 knockouts, and he has been training.
On July 11, 2025, 30-year-old Gervonta "Tank" Davis was arrested in Miami Beach on a domestic battery charge tied to an alleged incident on June 15, Father's Day, in Doral, Florida. According to police reports, Davis is accused of hitting his ex-girlfriend in the back of the head and slapping her face during an argument witnessed by her mother. The woman reportedly sustained a visible injury to her lip, and her mother, who was recording the incident, handed the footage over to authorities. Prosecutors are now using that video as key evidence in their case. This arrest marks another serious legal issue for Davis. Less than 2 years ago, he avoided jail time in a 2020 hit-and-run case by agreeing to house arrest and community service. He's also faced previous domestic violence allegations, some of which were dropped or settled out of court, despite his success as a major boxing star, selling out arenas and drawing huge pay-per-view numbers. His repeated legal troubles are casting a dark cloud over his career. Many now wonder how much longer his talent in the ring can outweigh the consequences of his actions outside it.
Alex says the charge he is facing is battery with domestic. And you mentioned this was an ex-girlfriend, but it is also the mother of his children, that according to police. Let's show you who we're talking about here. You were looking at the mugshot of professional and well-known boxer, 30-year-old Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He was arrested by Miami Beach police early this morning on a warrant for his arrest following an alleged incident that happened in June on Father's Day. In the arrest report we obtained, Davis is accused of striking and slapping the mother of his children in the face, causing injuries to her lip.
The timing of Gervonta Davis's arrest couldn't have been worse. He was already under pressure to bounce back from his controversial March 1, 2025, bout against Lamont Roach Jr., a fight that ended in a draw and stirred intense debate among fans and analysts. During that match, Davis was knocked down in the 7th round and seemed off his usual rhythm, leading many to question whether personal issues were starting to affect his performance in the ring. A rematch had reportedly been in the works for late summer, with both sides quietly negotiating a second fight. But now, with Davis facing serious legal trouble, the future of that rematch is unclear. If things don't move quickly, he could miss the chance altogether, and the opportunity to redeem himself may slip away.
Yeah, man, I just want to say to let the people know that this judge is crazy, bro. This judge is, she locked me up because basically I bought a property. I did everything in my power to listen to my lawyers.
Adding to the turmoil, Gervonta Davis's silence following his arrest has only fueled public concern. After being released on just $10 bail on July 11th, he left the Miami-Dade County Jail surrounded by corrections officers, his face hidden under a hoodie and mask. He offered no comment to reporters. That image, Davis walking out in silence, avoiding eye contact, triggered a fresh wave of backlash online. Many fans, commentators, and even longtime supporters began to question whether he had truly learned from his previous legal issues. For some, his refusal to speak seemed like a step backward rather than forward.
I'm the kind of person who thinks that you have to look at both sides of the story, right? It's not always men are abusive, period. What is the woman doing to cause this abuse? And obviously abuse is never okay, but let's just look at what he has to say to defend himself. Now, I'm so sorry for the graphic picture. I'm just going to show it really quick. But he says that she put poop on his toothbrush and spit on his face. Now, again, abuse is never okay, but he sounds like a victim as well. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Should he?
While Gervonta Davis has yet to break his silence, attention has turned to Calvin Ford, his longtime trainer, mentor, and guiding voice. Ford, a respected figure from Baltimore who turned his life around after time in federal prison, has been by Davis's side since the boxer was a teenager struggling to find his way. Over the years, Ford has been much more than a coach. He's played the role of mentor, disciplinarian, and father figure, helping mold Davis into one of boxing's most feared southpaws. He's been there through championship victories and private setbacks, always pushing for discipline and focus. Although Ford hasn't commented on this most recent arrest, his previous statements about personal responsibility and life outside the ring suggest he would likely stress accountability and growth over excuses. His silence may be temporary, but when he speaks, it will likely carry more weight than anything Davis says himself.
It's going to be a transfer for Parkland. It's pinging at... I need help, please. I'm trying to go home. I have my baby in the car and attacked me in front of the kids. Okay, ma'am, repeat the address. Messing up my tires. Ma'am. I need help, please. Ma'am, repeat the address. I need to send units to you. I need the address. Please help me. He's gonna kill me. Ma'am, what's the address? Please. I can't send.
In a 2022 interview, after another domestic complaint against Davis that was later dropped, Calvin Ford didn't make excuses for his fighter. He stressed that serious allegations demand serious reflection. We're all accountable to someone, Ford said. Being a boxer doesn't let you dodge responsibility. I remind Tank all the time, boxing can give you everything, but it can take it all away if you don't grow up. Those words weren't just for the cameras, they were a clear warning. And anyone who's followed Ford's guidance over the years knows he's been sounding that alarm for a long time.
But look for him to be out face first in Ford.
Mr. Frazier.
No, I gotta agree with Luther. You ever hear of Thugalicious? Those are women who love thugs. They love to get choked, beat, kicked, and they keep going back. And that's what it is. Yeah, you know. Hey, listen.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah,
We're not going to. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he's innocent. Tank is innocent.
When Gervonta Davis missed training camp ahead of his fight with Lamont Roach Jr. earlier this year, Calvin Ford didn't hold back. He wasn't in Davis's corner that night, and afterward, he made it clear why. He hadn't trained Davis at all for that bout. Ford spoke with honesty and concern. "We've been through this before," he said. "But at some point, you've got to ask yourself, do you want to be remembered for how you fought, or for what you threw away? This sport won't wait forever. I love Tank like a son. But real love means knowing when to say enough. I hope this is that moment for him."
Since you bring me out a passport. You know, I mean, I asked to see your daughter. You said no, I don't want her to see the police.
I showed you.
You did, but I wanted to see her, and now I'm gonna have to talk to her because she said that when you hit her, it was in front of her, the baby, the 4-year-old.
Despite everything Gervonta Davis has achieved, world titles in 3 weight classes, big pay-per-view wins, and highlight reel knockouts over Leo Santa Cruz, Rolando Romero, and Ryan Garcia, his accomplishments are starting to get overshadowed by his growing list of legal troubles. That's starting to have real consequences. Promoters are backing off. Sponsors have gone quiet. Even fans are beginning to lose patience. The rumored exhibition fight with Jake Paul, once slated for late 2025, now seems unlikely. Paul has already suggested he'll walk away if Davis's legal problems continue. To make matters worse, Davis's own team has gone silent since the arrest. Within boxing circles, there's now serious talk that he may need to take a break, either by choice or by court order. Depending on how the legal case unfolds, Davis could be facing probation, mandatory counseling, or even jail time. Florida prosecutors haven't ruled out pushing for a tougher sentence due to his prior history.
His legacy, the kind of fighter, he's been touted to be and where he's at now, and the impact things like this have on your career.
Well, if you were to compare the arrest rate over the years for prominent boxers with the arrest rate for the average American citizen or citizen of the world, you'll find that the boxers tend to be arrested at a higher rate.
And that's just the legal side. In the boxing world, things aren't looking much better. The anticipated rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. is now likely on hold. Roach's camp is reportedly growing impatient and may look for a new opponent while Davis deals with his legal situation. That could cost Davis more than just a fight. It could cost him his standing in the WBA super featherweight rankings and possibly his shot at the title. At this point, a return to the ring in 2025 is looking doubtful unless the charges are quickly dropped or resolved with a favorable plea deal. Meanwhile, the rest of the division isn't waiting around. Fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko, and Devin Haney are already lining up major bouts for the second half of the year. Tank Davis, once viewed as the future of the division, is now at risk of becoming a footnote, no longer the fighter everyone's chasing, but the one everyone's waiting on.
He ended up getting arrested for allegedly slapping Vanessa during a custody exchange way on Father's Day, bro. Now Vanessa's mom actually ran outside and recorded part of the incident. The video doesn't show the slap itself, but it does show Gervonta throwing some little box at her or something like that.